Right, good afternoon, we're back out. If you don't recognise that, that's Hawes Water. So you've guessed it, we're at Mardale Head, the far eastern fells. That is looking up towards, is it Bleetarn or Bleewater? Bleewater I think, and Small Water where I've camped before. That is Fell up there, been over that one a few times. But the plan for this trip is I'm going up a different route up onto High Street. Now some years ago, long time watchers at channel will remember that I did walk up to Bleewater and up a Riggindale Crag and up onto High Street, and then I came round and camped, and I think it's called Longstyle or something like that, and then I came round Rampsgill Head, Kidsty Pike and back down this way. So as I've said before, I think all my future trips to lakes are going to be camping on Wainwrights, which I ain't camped on. So the idea for this one is we're going to walk along to what's known as the Rigger end here, that little forested bit, and then we're going to walk along this ridge here called Rough Crag that drops down a little bit to where I joined it when I walked up Riggindale Crag and up onto High Street. So we're going to do this bit, which I've not done. It's a nice interesting route up onto High Street, and then we'll come back round to Kidsty Pike, and that's where I'm going to be camping tonight hopefully. So let's get through this deer gate and get us sends on down here to the rig, start heading up this ridge. Right, this is the point where we start heading up. This bit at end here is called the rig. Was out is like a little bit of an island bit at end of there. I do know a few people that's camped on that actually. It's a nice spot, but this is the point where we turn off and start heading back. Just looking down onto Hawes Water, Art Crag, and I think that bit up there in the colour in the middle, just there, that is Nambiel Pass just up there, and that drops down into Small Water, which again I've camped up there, like I said earlier. It's a cracking little spot up there. It's a popular place actually. You park down at Mardale Head and I bet it's no more than an hour's walk up to that Small Water up there. Probably less to be fair. But yeah, it's I've already debunked a little laid. I've took me snood off from round my neck because it is quite mild. It's about 8 degrees. Low tops tonight it is forecasted to drop down to -1. We're sort of 18 to 20 mile an hour winds, gusting to maybe 25 according to MWIS, but some of the other forecasts, BBC, Met Mountain, only had 15 to 18 mile an hour gusting winds and dropping off even further through night into tomorrow morning. So I'm hoping that nice little exposed spot that I'm thinking of on Kidsty Pike ain't too exposed and we have a good night. But yeah, this is where we're going to be heading. This is start of Rough Crag here. So we make our way up onto there. A few bits of light scrambling, not too serious. Nice and steady away, straight into it. Right, it's a fair old climb this. Not too technical at all. There's just a couple of bits just back round the corner there where I just had to hands on a little bit, but not serious. But this drop off's not to be messing with. We can see up to just about there. That is where small water is. That little lump in the middle, that's where, when I went up there with, I think it was my brother and one at friend, my mates, we camped just off at the side of there. There's like the main body of water, small water, and just at right hand side of this is like another small little tarn, and we camped just off at the side of there, nice little spot. And I can remember that morning being stood on that lump in the middle there. You can see straight down this valley, absolutely, it's a cracking view from up there. Like I said, a lovely spot up at that small water for a good overnighter. Whoa. So let's keep pushing now. I think just over at brow here, this is where we top out at top of Rough Crag, and then we'll be able to see it rest at Riz then, heading up to High Street, which is just round that corner. So it's got a lot more gusty up here. Just back on here is like a minor summit called Erin Crag, I think it's called, and then we're heading up onto Rough Crag, which is this next one here. But just on that summit there, Erin Crag, there's like a little cairn, quite gusty there. I've just got my Skywatch out and recording winds like constant 28-30 mile an hour and a gust of 39 mile an hour, and it's a northeasterly as well. I don't know if you can see just there. Where are we? Just there, that's Kidsty Pike just poking up above there, and visibility up there is not looking great, and I think that might be exposed to this northeasterly wind up there. So what I'm going to do when I get up there, I've got loads of time. I think sunset's not well about 5:30, 20 to 6 now. It's I don't know what time it is without looking, but I know I'll give myself like 3 hours to get up here, so I've loads of time. I'll see what it's like for exposure up there, and we might have to, I certainly aren't sitting up there in 40 mile an hour gusting winds, that's for sure. I'll find a nice little shelter spot somewhere else if I've got to. But yeah, we'll once we get up there we'll reassess. Ah, then we've got a few views opening up from here now. Now we've reached top of here. So I was just looking north here, you've got Kidsty House and obviously Kidsty Pike just there. That's like I said, that's his destination. It's plan A destination. So of course we're on, this is Rough Crag, this area here, and then just at top of that there is High Street. Triggy's just off at back of there, and then obviously you've got Riggindale Crag, that climb to there. I know I'm in a world of pain climbing up to there because I've done that before. It's like that, and there's a few scrambly bits, but not too serious as I've said. So then you've got Blue Water just here. In middle there you've got Nambiel Pass, and then small water just down at bottom there. I don't know whether you can see on camera that other little pool of water just in front of that. There's like a little outcrop, there's a pool of water just off to the side of that there, and that's where I've camped before that. So then of course we've got Arterfell. That is the Gate Scarf Pass up through the middle of there. That's a slog and half and all up that. I've done that, quite zigzaggy at top. And then we've got, these are two other Wainwrights as well. We've got Branch Tree here, and then Cell Side of it, far side again. I've camped on these here. And what's that one between there now? I think that is that one straight through middle at Gap there, just on the other side there. I think that's Grey Crag, right on opposite side of there, I think. So yeah, let's keep going. Like I said, get over at rest of Rough Crag here and make us way up onto the top of High Street. And like I said, once we're up there, we'll reassess, see what this wind's like and what whether I'll recheck forecast if I've got some signal, and we'll make a decision once we've got up there. summit of Rough Crag, 628 metres. Nice little spot up here. Let me just get to a little bit of a flatter spot. Yeah, summit of Rough Crag, 628 metres. And I'm not looking, or should I say, I'm not liking the look of that up there. Visibility on forecast was supposed to be good to excellent today, and then tomorrow as well, but we all know what forecasts are like. Take them with a pinch of salt. Well, I've just noticed as well, I don't know, again you'll not see them on camera, but I know when I did this, I was talking earlier, when I did this route when I camped on Long Pike, which is that bit in the middle just there, I came up from Mardale Head on this path in bottom up to Bleewater, and then there's a path goes off upside here, and then I climbed this I forget what they call it now, this other one here, and I saw some deer on the hillside here, and I've just noticed, I don't know if you'll see them like I say, but just down there on the hillside below the crags I can see an herd of red deer. There's a couple up on the hillside, I'm sure I can see a stag there. No, they do roam these hillsides, don't they? I know down at the bottom down there there's a lot of high fencing and high gates, them deer gates and deer fencing to stop them getting any further, you know, going down that way, keep them up at hills up here. But yeah, I can see them moving about down there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I can count 11, so there's at least 11 on them, so that's a decent sized herd that. And just up on top here, I'm sure that's a decent sized stag, but look at that. But yeah, nice little herd of red deer there. Don't know whether we'll see any more going up here, but yeah. So right, we'll carry on across here and get on to Riggindale Crag. That's the one, Riggindale Crag. And also I made a mistake back there as well. I was referring to that first summit as Erin Crag. It's actually Eagle Crag, and I'm assuming it's named after the golden eagles that used to nest in this valley a lot of years ago. That's such a shame that they're not here now. That'd have been, you know, coming up here and seeing golden eagles floating about down here, that'd have been absolutely brilliant. Apparently, from what I've read, they used to nest into cliffs of Arterfell there, and on here somewhere, I believe. I can't remember how right that is, but yeah, that'd have been absolutely fantastic in this day and age to see golden eagles floating about around here. Yeah, that'd have been amazing. When we were up in Scotland with Steve last week, we saw what we think was an eagle flying past. It was certainly bigger than a buzzard, and it weren't a red kite because it was wrong shape. We were sure it was an eagle, but we weren't 100% sure. Anyway, let's get gabbing. Let's get on off up here. World of pain this. So that's the come down off at summit of Rough Crag, and as I was saying, this one's now known as Riggindale Crag, and this is that little town. It's actually on map as well, this, and I've noticed coming down off at top of Rough Crag there, there's lots of potential cracking looking camp spots along here, and I'm not sure what sort of state that water's in like, but it's an unnamed town. But if you look on the map, the area just in front of it there, I don't know whether it's referring to hillside, but it's known as Caspel Gate. I'm sure that'll have some kind of old meaning somewhere, maybe Old Norse or something like that, Caspel or something. I'll have to look that up. But yeah, there's loads of potential spots around here to camp, loads of little flat spots. Look at this here, absolutely perfect. Loads of little spots on tops of here. If you wanted to have a steady walk up and camp on here, you've got, like I say, I mean, look at views. Said it before, said it many a times, you don't have to be on top of a mountain to get the views. Sometimes camping lower down on these such as places like this, you get more of a feeling of being in the mountains rather than on them. So yeah, anyway, got that to look forward to now. And when I say look forward to, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not, if you know what I mean, because I've already done it, like I say, and I know what's to come. And right at the top it gets really steep, but we've got it to do. That's what we come for. Let's get it done. Cracking view looking back over a rough crag now. I tell you what's tough going this. Steep bits to come here. Done a few little bits of scrambling. Not too technical, just a bit of hands-on stuff. But get over this top bit here, and then that last push to the top is it's as steep as all that. It's not going to get done morning about, is it? Morning about it, is it? Let's get going. High Street, 828 metres, and just as I'm saying that, I can see it there. Great jet, it's just going in valley there. If you'll see, you might not be able to see it. Yes, High Street, 828 metres. So we're also going to say that it was a lot calmer on here, but that wind's just whipped up. And one of the reasons I've never camped on here is it's because it's such a flat, domed sort of top. So if you spin around, you don't get them views. Oh, it's clagged out on this side now, like, but that jet coming round again. But you don't get them views down into valleys and across to crags or other summits and things like that. So it's I suppose if you're really near it, if it were quite rough up here, there's this wall that goes along, snakes its way along something. You could get the out wall on there if you needed to, but if you're wanting a view off down one at sides or whatever, you need to drop off on one at other sides. I can still hear that jet over there. So I'm gonna make my way over to Kidsty Pike. Although it's not looking great at the minute, as you can see, it's just there. We'll see what it's like when we get over there, and like I've already said, we'll reassess, because as well as I don't want to sit into wind all night, it is due to drop off, but I don't want to be sat in clag all night either, and especially tomorrow morning I want to be able to see something, as you do when you come up into the mountains. So we'll crack on, we'll get on over there and see what the situation is. Well, that's a cracking view looking back over to Rough Crag and Riggindale and High Streets in mist and all now in Clag. And Kidsty Pike is just up here in Clag and all, so I don't want to be sat in Clag all night or tomorrow morning. So once I get up here, once I get to Kidsty Pike summit, I'll have a think, see what it's just coming into view now there. I don't know if you can see it shadowed on it there. I'll be there in about 10 minutes, but as I say, fingers crossed it clears. It's supposed to, if we're going by forecast, but I keep saying up with that bloody forecast. wrong one is flaming right. So, aye. I'll fetch you back when we get to there. We'll make a decision. Which wonders a prayer or two, doesn't it? It's clearing. Keep clearing. Can't see no cloud behind it, and it's looking quite bright over there, over towards like Crossfell and that area. So yeah, that's made me a bit more happy. Look at that as well. Nice spot on there, hopefully, out of this wind, looking straight out of a rough crag and Riggindale. Oh, what views. Let's hope it stops like this. Kidsty Pike for the third time, 780 metres. So now it's clear on here, I think I'm gonna, that is the spot that I had in mind. Obviously I've seen quite a few people use this spot on previous videos and that, but last time I was up here I did think to myself that looks a cracking spot, that. And if I stand just here, it's not, that wind is not bad at all. It's good ground this as well. It's when I was just walking on ridge down there, when we're coming up through that saddle there, and it was like constant 20-25 mile an hour gusting into 30s, where it's a lot calmer here. So yeah, I'm gonna get tent pitched up. It's 20 past 4 now. Like I said earlier, I think sunset's around 5:30, 20 to 6 now, so I've got a good hour of light, an hour and a half probably. I can't see anybody coming up here now, so yeah. I'm in Voyager, so back to wind, door, looking out over High Street, Riggindale, rough crag. What more could you want? Tent door view, looking out over that. Right, bag off. I'm gonna get a quick drink, get tent pitched. Right then, pitched up. Here she is, looking all pretty. That view, fantastic. It does look quite clear. This cloud base looks to have got quite iron. I don't know if you can see up above me there, it's blue. Got blue sky, but like I say, looking over to that's looking over to sort of North Pennines, Crossfell area and that. And there's quite a bit of sunshine shining up fells over there, and some gaps in cloud. And wind's coming this way, so it's like a north-northeasterly wind. So yeah, I've rechecked forecast, and for like high rays, I've got like High Street and high rays, what the Met forecast getting high rays, which is nearest, which is that one there. Winds are due to drop off only about 5 or 6 mile an hour through night, but they've only sort of got it at like sort of 18-20 mile an hour gusts, which to be fair it is about what it is now, but yeah, it's not too bad here. I'll take that. So yeah, I'm hoping though some of this bright these bright spells over this way, like I said, wind's blowing this way, it fetches some of that bright sky over this way. Fingers crossed. But if it don't, what more can you ask for? Straight out at tent door, looking straight out at that. Right, time to get the rest of my kit in there, get set up, and I'm gonna get a cheeky drink on go. That's better. After them sweaty mid layers and outer shell into me nice warm gear. Usual merino base layer, the Century Designs mid layer, and my thick alpine coit, nice and toasty. Getting a bit of this mist coming across here. I hope it don't engulf where we are. It seems to be hanging over to that side. As I say, it's still looking clear of it Pennines like, but fingers crossed it don't come over. And then let's have a look in here. Usual suspects really. Voyager is the horse in. Thermonestex light. I'm in me Rab Mythic 600 tonight. Pillar in there. I've got me socks, me down socks, and me fleece bottoms warming up in there, and they're my down bottoms. I've got my bag off down one side, my snozzle bag, what I had me down clothing and everything, my base layers, electricals, and all my snap down there. Little hello to Dave. Cheers, Dave. Cheeky drink, of which I've already got one opened. Cheers. So I'm gonna down these and probably get a brew on go. And hopefully we might get a little bit of light coming through when sun sets. I think we've still got about another hour or so yet, but you can see between that gap there, there's a little bit of light showing through that gap there, so you never know, we might get a little bit of sunlight poking through, a little bit of colour in the sky. We can only hope, can't we? Anyway, I'll finish it back a little bit later, probably when I'm a bit more settled in tent and chilled out, so I'll catch you in a bit. Right, it is now 7:10. Been in tent for the last hour or so, just catching up on a bit of socials on phone, but when I spoke to you last, I was outside when I were on about all that clag that were coming across just at Westerners here. That's slowly moved across, and we can't see a great deal out there now. It's dark anyway now, so, but I've just nipped outside to take a leak, and it's just all clagged out, can't see a thing. So there'll be no stars, I hope, to eat. So yeah, I came in here, got my centre brew on, like I say, caught up on a bit of stuff on my phone. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my tea on go, minced beef hot pot, Adventure Foods on this occasion, get another brew on go, and I'll get that down me, get warmed up, get laid in bag. I think I'll might watch a bit of YouTube or something like that, catch up on a few other bits, and I'll fetch you back a little bit later on when I'm probably ready for going to bed. Right then, well, it is now 9:15. As I was saying earlier, when I spotted it, I've had me tea, had a brew with that, got ligged down for has it been an hour or something like that anyway. But anyway, I've just stuck stove on, I'm going to get another brew, and does me sending a bit of chocolate. And I've just nipped outside to take another leak, and it's still clagged out there. I sort of had a faint hope that we might get a bit of clear sky, and I'm sure many on you will know of the last couple of nights that Aurora's been really visible, even down in south of south of country, and that there's been some absolutely brilliant shots, but this is the first night that I've been able to get out like so. But oh, it is what it is, we can't win them all. So yeah, brew, bit of chocolate, and I'll be getting head down. So unless all exciting happens in the meantime, I'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning. This is what we're waking up to this morning. Tent's absolutely covered in rime ice. I don't know if you can see it. Oh guys, I've got about an inch of rime on them. Let's see what temperature is. -1.2. It got quite gusty during night and it rained. That's why tent's covered in frost. Well, when I say frost, it's more like ice, because like I say, it's rained on it and then it's iced up. quite a bit of rye mock grass, as you can see. Bit of hoarfrost or something like that on grass. Yeah, as you can see, this is what we've got this morning. It's a shame, like, I think it's about 7:15 at the minute. Hopefully it might lift or drop or whatever. Because I don't know whether they'll make it out, but straight above us, it's nice and bright straight above us. So this cloud base might be sort of low. Oh, fingers crossed it might, like I say, lift, but I've just took a leak. First things first, I'm going to get a nice warm brew on go and get a bit of breakfast. Well, I've just had a little dabble with camera out there and it's absolutely freezing, so I'm not messing about much more out there. If it had come clear, I was going to stick drone up, but it's just not clearing. Now, I found out what we're up with drone actually, if you can remember me saying it to the Scotland video, the Glencoe video. I sent my drone up down the valley, hoping to get some nice drone footage of that valley, and it lost signal, came back to home position, and then we're just hovering about maybe 10 foot above my head. I had to switch controller off and back on to just to get it down to knock it off, like, and it was coming up with a firmware issue or something like that. So anyway, when I've looked into it, it needed a full recalibration and relearning of all the sensors. It's obviously got sensors on front, back and underneath. I had to recalibrate all of them, go on laptop. I went on some forums and asked a few questions and that, what the general consensus of what needed doing. So I went downloaded this app on the official DJI app on laptop. And had to go through a series of all these things where I had to hold it and line these squares up and follow these dots around, moving it about, and it just recalibrated and relearned all sensors on drone, and then it was alright after that. So all firmware issue messages have disappeared on it, like, so I'm hoping that's alright now. But like I said, this ain't clearing, so unless it does when we get a little bit further down the valley, when we get off, if this cloud lifts once we've walked down via other Kidsty House and back down into Mardale, if it clears a little bit, I might have 5 minutes and send it up and get a little bit of footage, and I might insert somewhere, but if not, you'll not see out. So I've just sparked stove up again. I'm gonna get another brew on, and there's no point hanging about much around here this morning while it's like this, so I'll get this other brew and start making start unpacking down. So not a very good morning. Can't win them all. Right, well it's 9:10 now. I've hung about for a bit and this is just not lifting. Only a slight hope. About 10 minutes ago, sun was just starting to pour through there. It got quite bright and I was thinking, oh, is it going to clear? But yeah. So I'm going to start packing up now. I'm going to get into all that mess and get packed up. It seems to have warmed up a bit. It's still showing 0.3 like, but all this ice that were on tent, it's all turned to water. Still a bit of this rime ice on guys like, but even it's melting now. I need to get all that off. Time to get packed up, get tent dropped, and we'll get off. Right then, there we have it, we're all packed up. That's where I was. You know the score as always will leave no trace. I'll tell you what, I know it's a popular spot, this one, just off Kisty Pike Summit. Is only just there, 10 yard away. It's a lovely flat spot, this. You'd easily get sort of, maybe, if you pitch careful, maybe 2 or 3 tents here. You know, sort of size of like a Solo, Terra Novas, maybe a couple of duo mid-sized tents, but yeah. You get a couple of maybe 3 tents there easy. Cracking spot. So just as I was packing up, it's coming again now, like, but views down into valley cleared a little bit, but it looks as though this cloud base is really low. So anyway, time to get going. Let's get off the hill. Well, as I suspected, sort of dropping down below this cloud level now. That's the route we took up yesterday. That's Rough Crag, and then up onto Riggindale Crag and up onto High Street. That's looking back up at Kisty Pike, still in cloud. So yeah, we've got a cloud base bit looking at about probably 700 metres. Obviously Kisty Pike is just above, about 720 or something like that. So we were just in cloud on there, which been a bit of a shame, but like I say, you can't win them all. You choose your spots, you have to take what you get. Yeah, we've got the views opening up now. Typical. Chopper flying about there, I don't know what that is. I don't think it's mountain rescue. It's just come from over the east there, come straight over the top of me, done a big loop there, and then it's going back down Allswater here, right slow. Don't know if they can see it just there. It's actually coming back round and all, coming back up this way. That is, it's not mountain rescue, that looks maybe sort of like a ambulance or something. It's got wheels down and all. Looks as though that looks as though it's looking to land to me, that. I hope nobody's down, I hope nobody's injured or out down here. Well, that chopper, it's circled back round with landing gear on down here and dropped right low into the valley here. Went right up valley, come back down. I'm sure it's down in here. Well, it's disturbed the red deer. It's an absolute boat. There must be 20 or 30 of them all bolted up hillside up here. Load just running off at brow here, and there's a lawnmower just down here. They've obviously been grazing, herding down at bottom there. I don't know if you can make them out just there, look, on the hillside. They're all looking at me now. Yeah, that chopper's landed down there, or it's hovering down there. I can just see it now. I hope there's nobody in bother. just going over the hill there. I'll be up here. Yeah, there's something going on down here. It's landed that, and I can see people down it valley down here. That don't look good. As I've just been walking down off of there, I could see something here and I'm thinking to myself, don't look like just some rocks that. I'm thinking it look like a dead horse or something. But it's a dead deer. One of these dead deer. Yeah, that don't that's a bit gruesome. There's a blood trail there. Can you see it? I wonder if that's been shot or something like that. Looks fresh that. It's that. Oh my god. That's where that chopper is down there. I don't know if you can see it. There's a chopper here, and just in front of it, it looks like a Land Rover or something. And there's half a dozen folk around there, so I don't know what's going on there. But that. Yeah, there's a blood trail all on here. There's blood here. That looks as though it's been either injured or it's been shot or something. And there's blood all there and all down there to where it's just dropped dead there. That's a strange one, a very strange one. Yeah, I don't like look at that. There's no I can do about that. Aye, poor thing, poor thing. That's been shot. Why? So that's us dropped off at Summit to Kids to House. As you can see, just up there, there's a slight little bit of down scrambling to do. As I say, not too serious. It's a lot more fun going up this. I've been up this twice now and down it twice now. So yeah, just a little bit of hands-on stuff, but not too serious, like I say. We're not far off hitting bottom. We've only got just down here to go. Once we get onto this hillside, just down at bottom, it gets quite boggy down there. And then we've just got to go up onto where that forested bit is, the rig. And then we'll be making his way back outside of Rosewater, back to Mardale Head where the car is. So we've not got far to go. Right then, well, we've got the view of the route that we've done on this trip. Starting here. All this ridge, Rough Crag, right up at top end, Riggindale Crag, up onto High Street, round onto Kidsty Pike where we camped last night, just there, which is now clear typically. Over onto Kidsty House, that hillside here, and we've only got round corner to go now, back to Mardale Head, back to the car. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and thanks for watching as always. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you on next one. So I've just been coming up track here. I've passed a couple of mountain rescue guys. Turns out that this helicopter that's landed in valley here, and this what's going on is a CPR incident, which may have something to do with that deer being shot up on tops there. And as a farmer headed off up hillside on a quad up right back of there. So what's happened down here, this CPR incident and this deer being shot, may have something to maybe linked. So yeah, just a timely reminder to, as I've already said, stay safe. See you later.